In today's video, I'll show you how you can film your overhead art videos using your phone with or without a tripod, and also I'll show you how I use my DSLR camera. So let's go. Hey guys, welcome back and let's just get started right away. The camera that I use nowadays for all of my art videos is this Nikon D3200, and this is a pretty good camera. And the lens is just a stock lens that came along with this camera, so nothing new, nothing fancy. To mount this camera, I use a normal tripod and also a gorilla tripod for some extreme close-ups and extreme side angles. And the major tripod that I use is actually really big. I think it's around 7 feet of height, and the center leg can be extended like this. So what I basically do is I'll mount the camera, attach the camera to the tripod like this. And since I have a shelf right next to me, I'll just place the tripod like this. I just lay it flat on top of it, and on its other end I'll place a heavy weight to counteract the weight of the camera so that it would stay stable and it wouldn't topple over and get damaged. This is how I film all of my overhead shots, and this actually films everything upside down. So when I edit all of these footage, I just flip it straight and that's it. I use the same tripod for some side angles like this. I'll just mount the camera on top and I'll extend its legs to the floor and adjust the height as I want and film all of my side angles. And when I want some extreme close-ups or extreme side angles, I'll use this gorilla tripod. And as for the phone, I use this Xiaomi Mi A3, and this is a really good phone to film all of your YouTube videos with, and this is what I used right now to film all the footage with DSLR camera in it. I use the same tripod but with this mobile attachment that came along with it, and it has two holes, one in the bottom and one in the center. I just screw the base plate to the bottom hole and attach that to the tripod, and then mount my phone on top of it like this. And this is basically how I get all of my overhead shots with my phone. And since I have this shelf right next to me, like I told you before, I'll just lay the tripod flat on top of it and place some heavy weight at the bottom to counteract the weight of the phone. And I'll use the same tripod for some side angles, and when I want close-ups, I use the same gorilla tripod but with this mobile attachment attached to it. And that's basically how I film using my phone and a tripod. And now I'll show you how you can get both overhead shots and side angles without a tripod. This is basically how I got all of my overhead shots using this DIY tripod when I used my phone. And what I basically did is that I'll just place some boxes at the bottom to adjust the height, and then I'll place a cutting board on top and my phone on one end and some weight on the other end to counteract so that it wouldn't topple over and the whole thing would just fall off. So this is the main part. If you're going to DIY that, then be sure to put some heavy weight on the other end so that it wouldn't topple over. If you don't have a shelf like this, then you can use the same setup but with taller boxes to adjust the height and place them on the table that you're drawing, and it will work just as fine. To shoot side angles with your phone, you'll only need a selfie stick and a chair with lots of bars in it so that you can tie that selfie stick tightly to those bars and adjust the angle that you want, and place your phone onto the selfie stick and you're good to go. For the lighting, I use two LED lamps like this. This is actually a new one, and this is really flexible and I can get it so close to the drawing if I want it too bright, and it can also be folded like this and stored in any place so that it wouldn't take up a lot of space at all. And the light is also pretty natural, and that one I think I've had it for around 8 months I think, and that has 3 light settings in it. One is this bright white light and another is this yellow light and a natural light setting. So that's really helpful. Moving on to the voiceover part, I used this mic along with this headset and my phone. And this mic is actually really cheap. I think I bought it for around 150 rupees, and its head can be attached to your dress so that you don't have to hold the mic in hand all the while you're talking, and you need an adapter for this so that it can split the input and the output. So I'll just plug this mic into the input part, and then I'll plug that headset onto the output part and put it in my ears and talk over the mic, and that's basically how I record all of my audio. The recording quality is actually pretty good with this mic, even though it's cheap, but sometimes it gets inconvenient because of all those wires. So I use this OnePlus wireless earphones and record all of my voiceovers with it. And to be honest, it is really convenient and the voice quality is also pretty good. And that's basically how I record all of my YouTube videos. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, then give this video a big thumbs up and let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and I'll talk to you guys in another video. Bye.